Well, it's time to go home. Just bringing you around front to see what we did. And all the siding's off the front. So I guess we decided to lose the $1,000 that we paid for it all and put something different on. I can't have those cracks. Maybe the boards were too thin. If there's anybody out there who knows anybody who knows anything about it, these were 1/2-inch boards. I thought they were rather thin, but the mill told me this is what they use. So I know part of what we were doing wrong. We were putting 2 screws per, what do you call it? I can't even think, 16 inch on center, top and bottom, which was taking the board and bending it and putting it flat against the Tyvek and bending it over the course just below it. Studs, wall studs. And that was enough to stress it and crack. So we have a choice. Do we start over again with it, or do we just say the heck with it? And I think my wife said the heck with it. So the only thing that we got accomplished truly, well, I guess we got a lot accomplished. That 1, we're not going with that siding. 2, we lost $1,000. 3, we had not fun taking it off. We were trying to save it. When in the end, once it was off, we decided we're not going to use it. So we could have ripped it off, but anyways, we didn't. We numbered it so we can put it back on. The ones that weren't cracked, we could use them for, what do you call it? Guides for the next piece, for the length of cut. But the only thing that really worked out well was a large 1 3/4 by 6 that we put up. It came out beautiful compared to the one that somebody else put up, although ours hasn't shrunk yet. And that truly is the dead center of the building by the way we marked it. So we've got that on there, and it comes right down to the corner. It looks pretty good. So I guess we're going to keep that. And my wife wants to put vinyl siding on it. I know that's $2,000 worth of materials. Maybe it's something we should do. They have very nice vinyl siding now that looks just like lumber, looks like wood, but again, it's very expensive. It may be $15 for a double piece, 2, what do you call them, clapboards by 8 feet long, maybe it's 10 feet long, $15 a piece. So we discussed putting on what I call novelty pine, which is on the existing building here, which has a contour, an oval contour here, flat. This has a tongue on this end, and this has a lip, or it's not really a groove, it's just a lip, fits under, and it sheds water that way. This siding would come off here, and we would put new from the corner forward, was our plan. We're going to take that door off, that double door off, because inside is our well. You can see our spigot coming out through there. So if you come over here, it's also our storage, but there's our well, etc. inside. Excuse me, not our well, but our well apparatuses and our pressure tank. So we're going to frame this in here, frame it in, and then we're going to put the door, the old front door right here. So all this will become new, and it won't look like there was an addition put onto it. And you come to the back, and it's all the same novelty pine. 2 years ago it wasn't very, it looked almost new other than some discoloration from the age. But last couple of years the squirrels had their time with it. So, but I think we'll leave this. We'll leave this and just restain it. And come over here, and we'll have to take, we may finish this side off with this rustic or novelty, excuse me, the Adirondack siding. We may finish it off and see what happens. This doesn't get the sun. None of these have cracked here. These are all in great shape here. I don't know why, but they are. We nailed them off the same way. Put a nail in here. Can't see if I'm pointing or not. There's the sun, and a nail up here. And this nail drew the top in, which bowed it. And may be able to see it right there on this board here. You can see the angle. So it's flat here, and then here's where it starts taking its taper, and this is where the stress cracks are showing up. And I'm sure you could almost see them starting to form here as it dries. So it was my dream to have this stuff on here, but again, if anybody knows anybody out there, should it have been 1/2 inch? Should it have been 1 inch? Should it have been 3/4? Should it have been 1 1/4 inch? I don't know. The mill I got it from said that this is what everybody uses, so when you don't know something, you go along. I believe he was telling us the truth anyways. I don't doubt that that's not what he thought is the best for us. He was a very nice guy. I'd recommend him to anybody. So anyways, now let's go this way. Coming back to the front of the building. See the crack right there, starting. And that's about where, here's another one starting here. Yeah, so this is going to do the same thing. Again, up there you can see where the contour makes that bend and then flattens out. And back to the front. So, I guess we're going to leave the trim up, thank goodness. We're going to leave the trim up. Maybe we'll do siding, vinyl siding, I don't know. It would be permanent. I guess vinyl siding wouldn't look bad with the bold trim that we have. But we'll have to see. Okay, over and out. I don't know if we'll be here next weekend. We may need to take a breather and regather our thoughts and direction. Anyways, we'll see ya.